Good morning. Well, this is early morning in Taffy. This is very much what it's like in what I think of as rural Philippines. This is in the province. So the time, looking at the time there, look, 7:14. So all of this is now being built. It's all being built up. People are just about waking up. That's the new college. Well, new, relatively new. So I'm sure some of you are going to say, "Oh, you're driving one-handed." Well, I'm just cruising along, Philip. So this is when people are waking up. The dogs have stopped barking. I think they're getting ready for a new day. People are really, they're still waking up. See people out in the houses and they're cleaning up, sweeping. They have those twigs that are all bound together and they flick at the hard packed earth. There's one dog proving me wrong. See that if you look, motorcycles are everywhere in the Philippines and in the province. See, but look, people carrying their babies. Some of the stores are open. No early morning restaurants. Now that's one place here. That was in preparation for the port beginning to open, and a great deal of money was spent making that into a very, very nice restaurant. And then of course the pandemic struck. And it didn't go to waste. You can still have a meal there, but of course it's because the business is not so great, then it's not doing so well, just about ticking over, I would have thought. Of course the chickens are all on the go, that's their job. See, but there's a house just about waking up. The kid's bike left outside. The thing that gets you first thing in the morning now is how quiet it is. Coast Guard substation. Somebody's at work there. See, well, look how this, I would call that ivy. I don't suppose it's very good for the host. Would probably kill the host eventually. That's a banana tree and it's almost covered in that ivy. There'll be a name for that, but it's not helping the tree that it grows onto. Look how it takes over. Look at that. Yeah, I think there were probably 5 on that motorcycle. Look how it's taken over the fence. I know this road takes us down, lots of houses of course. One thing that's come to the province is bicycle riding, and the bikes are very high tech, cost a lot of money. There's a lady just been to the shower, somebody waiting. This is a health centre, just getting ready to open. And what I was hoping for, see, now this is something in the Philippines that you see, and for a foreigner it's very difficult to actually process that. A tiny little girl. The thing is that the child, all of these children will be much older than you think, but they're tiny. They're perfect, but they're tiny. That little boy in America, for that size, would be probably only just over a year. It's open, so I can get a beef burger. I'll just finish my video and show you the rest. See, workers are at work now, getting these places ready. People parking. Here, you see a lot of women who have taken to the bikes. And so a huge amount of work is going on making all of this. Beth is a little cynical about this. She'll say, yes, well, it's coming up to the elections. There's always a great deal of work goes on just about the elections. But this is new. If you look, municipal government office and all of this. Sheltered areas. It could be a very nice park, and it probably will be when it's had the work done on it now, which is being done. Over there is the parking place for the vans.
Hey, you! What's up?
There's the Catholic Church, which at one time would have been the centre of the Taffy. They just spent a huge amount of money, I think 4 or 5 million pesos, which they raised obviously by donations. There's a little pharmacy. And lots of little places where you can go and eat. Candelarias they call them here. And there's a market there that's slowly waking up. And a pawn shop. Now, in my childhood, the pawn shop was a place of great shame. You would go on the back streets, go to the pawn shop, which I used to do regularly when our family ran out of money. I would have to take my father's nice jacket down and pawn it, and I think we used to get 5 shillings, or 5 bob as they used to call it then. And I would be very ashamed. And the sign for the pawn shop was 3 brass balls which were in like a triangle, and that would hang outside the pawn shop, and you would wait until no one was looking, and then you would sneak in there, and there was no marketing attached. It was a drab little place, and they knew you well, and it was a support for the community. And they would charge a very modest amount of interest. And over there was the place that we always used to go when we were getting the ferry. This used to be the entrance to the market. That has been under construction for as long as I've been here. It looked like that. And there they are. They're still putting on, still loading the motorcycle. Look at that. Those great long pieces are for making up the outriggers for the boats. Now there's what I was talking about, sweeping. Morning. And we're back to the ivy. So I'll end off and I'll go see if I can persuade someone to make me a big bird.